Hello and welcome back. Today is Wednesday, November 19th. I have your 5 best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the page. We have a brand new video. These last few days have not been the best for me overall, but I have put it in the past. I've accepted where we're at right now, and no better feeling than today to dig out from what these last few days have been. But a fun 9-game NBA slate. Of course, as I'm recording this, I see Jonathan Kuminga is ruled out. Draymond Green is questionable. Buddy Hield is questionable. And Stephen Curry is ruled out. And I definitely have a play in that game. So that one, I apologize. For that play, you might not get the same number for me in that one, but maybe you will, depending on if Steph Curry will make a big difference on the Golden State Warriors player we're taking in that game. But a fun 9-game slate here ahead of us. 2 primetime games are going to be pretty great, too. We got the late primetime game is pretty god-awful. Knicks versus Dallas. They thought that was going to be the Nico Harrison game, that he was big-braining in it overall, but maybe no Cooper Flagg in that game, no Anthony Davis. That game is just Jalen Brunson's returning. So that'll just be painfulness for those Mavs fans as they watch Jalen Brunson. They should just pivot. They should put the Chicago Bulls versus Portland Trailblazers, the late game. Going to do reverse order, I guess, on the plays here today. 244 over-under. We love that high over-under game. That game should be the other ESPN game. I'm glad ESPN's finally back on YouTube TV so we can watch. But the first game on the slate, Houston versus Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell versus Kevin Durant, Sengun versus Mobley. That game should be one of the best games on the whole slate. Close spread, 234 overall. Then a lot of the early games as well are pretty great. Charlotte versus Indiana, battling of the tanking teams, 237 over-under. Not really. Charlotte has turned a corner. I'm really loving what Charlotte's been doing these last few games. Toronto versus Philly, that should be a great one overall. And then Golden State versus Miami. Miami is 6.5-point favorite here with a few now ruled out for this Miami team. I was wondering why they were such a huge favorite, but then we get to the mucky part of the slate. 18.5-point favorite for the Kings. For Oklahoma City versus the Kings. We get Denver versus the Pelicans, 14.5. And then get the Wolves minus 16 versus the Wizards. But I got 5 brand new plays here today that I absolutely love. And before we jump into today's plays, we got to recap yesterday's action in the NBA. Hey, when it's good, it's good, and when it's bad, it is god awful for me. I'm 2-6 these last 2 days. Just the hooks. Xavier Collier finished at 6 assists. Man, Deni and Franz, those 2 plays, I will not blame the hooks or injuries. Those 2 plays were god awful. Franz should have just stuck with the Bane play. I had Bane written down. I took it to Franz, and I'm kicking myself for it. And then Deni, he looked god awful. Kate Cunningham, he took care of business pretty easily overall in that, but I'm not trying to talk much about this. I've been god awful. I'm wanting to leave this in the past. I'm coming after it today, and let's just jump into it. For my first play of the day, going to be in this Cleveland versus Houston game. Going to be using my FanDuel 50% profit boost. I saw that they're giving you the 3 options, the no sweat, the take a bet back, but I'm using the 50% profit boost on this one, and that's for Kevin Durant. So give me KD to score 25 plus points coming in minus 107 using the FanDuel 50% profit boost. Cleveland allows the 10th most points and the 3rd most threes to the small forward position, and Kevin Durant has been hot these last few games, going over 3 for his last 5, averaging 28.6 points per game. It seems like Houston has figured out their flow on offense. Let Sengun work in the space, and then Kevin Durant float around, and those 2 guys take the majority of the shots for this Cleveland team. But why I love this, great history of getting the over versus the Cavs. 3 for his last 4, averaging 33.5 points per game. With the last 4 games, he's had 37, 32, 23. I want to believe we took Kevin Durant over on that 23-point game, and then 42 against the Cavs in the following game. Last 2 games in Cleveland, he had 37 and 23, and granted, again, that 23 was the one game where we took his over in that one, but I'm coming back for it 1 year later, 1 year revenge for me on that. He's gone over 3 for his last 5 road games, averaging 24.6 points per game. Why I love this again, Cleveland around the 10th most points, 3rd most points to the small forward position. If you classify Kevin Durant as a power forward, I love it even more with the Cavs allowing I think I said still the most points. Yeah, the Cavs still the most points to the power forward position. So if you rule KD as a power forward, even better. Small forwards versus Cleveland have had massive games. Simon Fonchirio, back-to-back overs for him. Yami Yaquez at 22. Trey Johnson 18, Jaylen Brown 30, Brandon Ingram 20, Zaire Williams 25, and OG Anunoby had 24. Cleveland allows the 28th most points in the paint, where KD takes 34% of his shots. So those 2K hot zones, KD, we've all seen KD do that little pull-up step fader. 34% of his shots come from right there. Cleveland around the 28th most points in the paint. I have him projected at 28 plus points here. I think Kevin Durant has a massive game. So give me KD, score 25 plus points, coming to minus 107, using that FanDuel 50% profit boost on that one. Jump into my second play here in this Charlotte-Indiana game. 237 over under, high-paced game. High-paced game overall. Charlotte, 1.5 point favorite here. And Indiana struggles to defend centers. And I think Ryan Kalkbrenner has a great matchup here. So give me Ryan Kalkbrenner to go over 16.5 rebounds, assists, coming to minus 128 on DraftKings. The Pacers allow the 5th most points and the 5th most rebounds to the center position. These last 7 games, they allowed this most points and the 5th most rebounds to the center position. So Ryan Kalkbrenner has a great matchup. He's gone over 3 for his last 5, averaging 18.2 points, rebounds per game. And one thing I've been really diving into this matchup is when the last 5 games, he's averaging 25 minutes played per game. And when Ryan Kalkbrenner plays 25 plus minutes in a game this season, he's gone over 7 for his last 10, averaging 19.3 points, rebounds. And now today, he gets an amazing matchup with the last 7 games, the most points to the center position. He's gone 3 straight games with 7 plus rebounds, with 15 plus rebound chances per game, and now he gets this beautiful matchup with the Pacers, allowing the 5th most rebounds to the center positions, and centers have eaten against Pacerland. Durant, 46, with a shout out to Josh O on that over. Jakob Poeltl, 31. Quinton Post, 22. Jokic, 46. Claxton, 29. Naz Reid, 26. Rudy Gobert, 32, and Jack Londale had 16. I think Ryan Kalkbrenner, these last 5 games, he's had 15, 13, 26, 20, and 17 in his last 3. So last 3, he's had 20 plus, and 2 of the last 3. I think today he easily gets to 20 plus. I have him projected at 18 points, rebounds in this game. So give me Ryan Kalkbrenner in a high over-under matchup and a plus matchup for him to go over 16.5 points, rebounds, coming to minus 128. On DraftKings, jump into this Miami Heat Golden State Warriors game, and I'm a sucker for a revenge game here. I wish I posted this video a little sooner before this Stephen Curry news being ruled out. I thought he'd be ruled out, so I leaned on Jimmy Butler in this one. So I do apologize for not getting out earlier. I was enjoying my morning. I was making breakfast, enjoying my coffee. I was actually just taking it slow since I'm off today. But give me Jimmy Butler in a revenge game back in Wade County to go over 27.5 points, rebounds, coming to minus 123 on DraftKings. Miami Heat allow the 10th most points and the 5th most rebounds to the power forward position. These last 7 games, Miami Heat allowed the 3rd most rebounds and the 6th most points to the power forward position. And Jimmy Butler has a great matchup here, going over 3 for his last 5, averaging 27.8 points, rebounds. He did play 1 game against Miami. He only had 17 points, rebounds, but that was him being on this new team. Now he's had a whole offseason to learn this team's offense here. No Stephen Curry in this game, so I think they're going to lean heavy on Jimmy Butler here. The second game, the second time around, I think Jimmy Butler this time will be coming back with a vengeance. Last 5 games, he's been heating it up over and over. He's had 15, 34, 29, 21, and then he just had 40 points, rebounds versus the Magic in the most recent game. Last game, he did have only 17 points, rebounds, but that was a 30-point blowout in that game here. But now he gets this Miami Heat team. They're struggling against the power forwards. Miami Heat allow the 26th most points in the paint, and that's where Jimmy Butler takes 26% of his shots from. And power forwards versus Miami have had some big games. Paolo Banchero, 35. Cat had 33, 50, and 37 against the Mobley, 31. Kamara, 20. Aaron Gordon, 30. Derek Jones Jr., 15. Ruri, 21. And La Riviera, 33. I have him projected at 30 points, rebounds in this game, so I think Jimmy Butler's going to lean down heavy here. The second time around will go better this time, so give me Jimmy Butler to go over 27.5 points, rebounds, coming to minus 123 on DraftKings. That does stink that the news just came out right as I was hitting record as of what, like 5 minutes ago, 7 minutes ago? No, as of 10 minutes ago, this has been going on, and pretty stinky there, but hopefully The number doesn't jump that too high. The numbers without Stephen Curry on the Warriors is not that big of a difference. I was kind of hoping he would be playing since he would draw more defenders that way. But Jimmy Butler, main option here tonight. And jump into my fourth and fifth play of the day, going to be in the Chicago Bulls versus Portland Trail Blazers game. And I'm coming back for it. Deni Avdija, he hurt me last night. I'm pivoting to a different option for him in this one because I'm back at it like a bad habit. So give me Deni Avdija, the point guard, to go over 12.5 rebounds, assists, coming to minus 121 on DraftKings. He's gone only over 2 for his last 5, averaging 10 rebounds, assists per game. But why I love this so much, he has a great history of getting this over versus the Bulls. 3 for his last 3, averaging 17 rebounds, assists in his last 3. He's had 20, 15, and 16 RAs against them. This game is a back-to-back, but he played Chicago last year on a back-to-back. He had 16 rebounds, assists in that game. Last 5 games without Jrue Holiday, he's gone over 4 for his last 5, with the only under being the other night, where it was last night where he had 10 rebounds, assists. He's only averaging 17 rebounds, assists without Holiday in the lineup, 4 for his last 5. And last 2 without Holiday in the lineup versus the Bulls, he's had 20 and 16 rebounds, assists. Last 2 games, the assist market-wise, he's had 7 and 5 assists last 2 games without Holiday, with 14 potential assists per game. So I think today, with this fast-paced game, 244 over-under, I think the assists might get to that 6 number in this matchup here. I have him projected at 15 rebounds, assists in this game. When he makes 50-plus passes on this Portland Trail Blazers team, he's gone over 16 for his last 18 when he makes 50-plus passes without Holiday in the lineup. And point guards, why I'm going point guard over power forward is they moved Grant to the starting lineup, and even last night without Jeremy Grant in the lineup, they moved Deni to the point guard position. They fill the rest of the roster there. So Deni is this team's point guard. I think Kamara is going to be getting the Josh Giddey treatment. Vooch is going to be pulling out the defense wide, and I think there'll be plenty of opportunities for Deni to grab the board and push the offense for this Trailblazers team. 4 for his last 5 without Holiday in it, with last night being the under. I think today on a back-to-back, the last time he played the Bulls on a back-to-back, he had 16 rebounds, assists, 244 over-under. So give me Deni Avdija to go over 12.5 rebounds, assists, coming to minus 121 on DraftKings. To jump into my fifth and final play of the day, sticking to the Bulls side of the ball on this one. Going to be going with the power forward for the Chicago Bulls team here. I think Josh Giddey will be getting the Kamara treatment here, and I think that leaves plenty opportunity for the other guys to eat, and that's Montez Buzelis. So give me Buzelis ball to go over 19.5 rebounds, assists, coming to minus 114 on DraftKings. The Portland Trail Blazers, they allowed the second most points, 8th most rebounds, and the most threes to the power forward position these last 7 games. And Buzelis, he's eaten in this matchup before. Only over 1 for his last 2, but the first game he played against Portland, he only had 10 points, rebounds. He only played 15 plus minutes in that game. Most recent game where he had 24 points, rebounds, he played 33 minutes per game. That's his normal minutes since he's been this Chicago Bulls starter. He's gone over 3 for his last 5, averaging 20.8 points, rebounds on the last 5. With the last 5 games, he scored 8, 20, 35, 24, and he's coming off of an under game. 17 points, rebounds in that game. He's averaging 11 rebound chances per game, so I love the rebound potential in this game. On the season, the Trailblazers allowed the 8th most points and the 2nd most threes to the power forward position. I have him projected at 21 points, rebounds in this game, and power forwards against Portland have eaten. Randall, 26. John Collins, 22. Ruri, back-to-back, 22 and 32 against them. Aaron Wiggins, 29. Nikola Jovic, 38. Paolo, 37. Jabari, 27. And PJ Washington just had 28 against them. Again, I think Kamara is going to be guarding Josh Giddey in this matchup, and I think that'll lead to plenty of opportunities for Montez Buzelis to cut back door or even grab rebounds and not start the break, but to grab the rebound with Vucevic pulling out in the offense in this team. Again, this game, 244 over-under. Buzelis, 3 for his last 5. Most recent game against Portland, hit 24 points, rebounds. I think Buzelis at least gets to 20 points, rebounds for us here tonight. So give me Montez Buzelis to go over 19.5 points, rebounds, coming to minus 114 on DraftKings. And those are my 5 best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, let me know down below what's your favorite play in the NBA. I love tailing you guys in the comment section. It's always interesting to see what other plays you guys are seeing on the board versus me, because I've not been reading the board that well. So you guys have definitely kept me afloat in the comments section. I definitely have fun talking NBA action. 9-game NBA slate ahead of us here today. Some fun games coming at us here today. Early games are some of the good ones. A little mucky during the day. And then we end with a great game, 244 over under Bulls. So give me Kevin Durant, 25 plus points. Kalkbrenner over 16.5 points, rebounds. Jimmy Butler over 27 points, rebounds. Deni, rebounds, assists. And then Montez Buzelis, points, rebounds again. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one.